Hello everybody, welcome by this little tutorial for your coaster project lesson 2 on MrPeter.com. I'm going to try to explain a little bit to you on how to start with these coasters and how to set it up. So first of all, you already have chosen your piece of wood. As you followed the procedures on the website, you sanded it and you determined which one of those pieces are best to do. So after you've done that, you go back to your computer and then you go to Easel online. So use easel.inventables.com. There we go. All right. So if you already are logged in, then it's pretty easy for you to get where you want to go. And we click New Project. Now, it's really important for you to when it is starting up. It's really important that you already know the measurements of the piece of wood you're going to use. So the whole piece of wood doesn't fit probably under the machine, and that's okay. So it's really important to know that you know the maximum size wood you can put in a machine is 16 by 16 inch by 3 inch. Now the good thing is the piece of wood I'm going to use, I already measured it, is 0.5 inch thick. And then I'm going to change this a little bit. So I selected a piece of 12 inches. And the length of my piece of wood will be exactly 3.5 inch. So 3.5. Oh, now it says 3 inch, so I probably have to do a point. So I used a comma. There we go. Alright, now you see here already, this is the piece of wood I'm going to use. Now, before we start making coasters, it's important to know that what we're going to do is later on we're going to screw this piece of wood to the base plate in the machine. So we have to have a little bit over on each side. Now, today I'm going to show you how to make round coasters. But you can use any form you want. Look here, you have rectangles, circles, triangles, stars, or you start giving up any other form you want. To me it doesn't matter, really, what kind of form you use, as long as you get to the whole thing. What I do want is that most of it is made of yourself. So here we go. We're going to select the circle, and you see automatically it appears on this piece of wood. Now, this circle, as you look here, it says on fill. That's not what we want. We want it to be on path, because actually we want to make a cut, and we want to make that cut all the way through. So we select here on path, not outside, inside, on path. There we go. Now you see here, it's still not through, so we have to make the cut deeper, which we will go do here. We bring it all the way down, and then we're through. Now, it says under here, automatically use steps. Those steps are important. If you forget doing those steps, then when the machine is cutting it, this piece of wood will be laying loose in between, and because of the spindle and the force the machine has, it literally will launch it out of there, creating a potentially danger and also probably destroying your work. So that's not what we want. Now we're going to put a pattern in here. Now, I don't want you to use any of the icons that are here, because that will make it fairly easy. I mean, I can show it to you, like here. Let's bring this heart in. There we go. And we drag the heart inside. We make it a little bit bigger. There we go. We don't cut it all the way through. There we go. And then you will go to me and say, okay, Mr. Peter, I'm done. Here it is. Yeah. You chose just one of the icons. It's really easy, and you probably will be done in 15 minutes. So that's not what we're going to do. Well, what are we going to do? I'm going to show you a little bit. As you all know, I really like Star Wars. So I want my coaster set to be all Star Wars. So a good thing what you can do is if you go to Google and you type here outline Star Wars and you press enter and you go to images, we get tons of images I can use. Now you go to see a C cut and you know you really have to choose not too complicated figures. So everybody that loves um, Star Wars knows that this is the Death Star. And the cool thing is, if you automatically choose some, you get more here you might want to choose. So I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to save this image as, and I'm going to put it on my desktop. That makes it easier for me, and I'm calling it Death Star. You really don't have to actually name it, but that's fine. I mean, it's up to you. All right. Now we go back to Easel. We have found our image. We go back to Easel. There we go. And we are going to put this image in here. Now, the thing is with when you want to CNC cut, you cannot just put an image in there and then CNC cut it. You have to trace it because CNCs, as you can see here, don't work with normal images as we can. It has to know how to cut it. Now, the good thing about Easel is it has like an image trace program. So when you click import and then you click image trace, then you can upload the file here. So it's really important, you have to upload the file. You have to upload the file. So download the file first to computer, then upload it to Easel. There we go. I put it on my desktop. My desktop is really clean. There we have it, Death Star. I open it. And then I click upload. There we go. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. So now I want to use this. You can actually try something on threshold or mess around with that, but because this form is so easy, it will not do much. It will here make it here a little bit rounder or whatsoever. You can also click it invert. So instead of the inside out, then it does the outside. You can also only choose to trace the outlines, which I think is pretty ugly. I don't want to do that. I want only this because I want to have this carved out. And I click on import. Alright, this thing is far too big. Don't worry. We are just going to make this smaller. And then make this fit. Oh. No, that didn't went right. And make, and I just, the good thing is, like as you can see now, I kind of messed up. The best thing what we can do is when you have a new image, you first move it away. Or when you totally mess it up, like I just did, so you can see how then you just press Command Z on your keyboard. Or when you have a Windows computer, you press Ctrl Z. That means you do a step back. So then you can kind of like, when you mess up, you can kind of like start over again. Now that's what we're going to do again. There we go, image trace. We upload the file again. Select files to upload. Death Star, open, upload, and import. Okay, now let's move this away first before we mess it up again. Make this a little bit smaller. And then we are going to make this fit inside our coaster. Alright, now as you can see, the cut is fairly deep. I don't want it to be cutting that deep because it's gonna look ugly when you cut it. So I'm just gonna cut it really lightly up to like 1/8 of an inch. That's the only thing you want to do, not too deep. I would say when you want to make your cuts inside the piece of wood for your any figure you want, don't cut it deeper than 1/8 of an inch. Alright? Now, this is just one. Now this piece of wood probably fits 3 in there, so I'm going to make 3, and then later on I'm going to make another workpiece for the 4th or the 5th or the 6th. Depends on whatever how much I want to make. Now, I want to work a little bit quicker, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to click on the circle, and then one thing I do is I'm going to copy this one. So I use on the keyboard Command C, or if you have a Windows computer, Command Control C and then Control V. And then you actually see it fits right away another one. Now, important, leave some space here, because it's a thin piece of wood and it will break. Okay, now we're going for the next one, the outline, and I want to stay in my Star Wars theme because I like that. And I go on with, for example, that one looks cool, that one looks cool, but hey, what is outline Star Wars without Darth Vader? Outline Star Wars, Darth Vader. There we go. Now you can choose a couple of them. Let's choose this one. And then there we go. Save image as. Save. You go back to Easel. We click import. We click image trace. We click upload file again. Plus that one. Open. Upload. And there we go. We already have the trace. We could import it. And then when we move this to the place you want, even smaller, so that it fits inside the coaster. And then we can check if it still looks good. As you can see here, it's still on the outline. Now, this is the thing, and I'm happy that it shows it like this. If you look at the thing, you can see here, it doesn't show much of the Darth Vader mask I want. Now, why doesn't it do that? That's because the image I want to have cut out is too detailed for the bit I have. I really don't have a smaller bit than 1/8 of an inch. So in this case, I'll probably have to go back, search for another one, maybe a simpler one, and make sure that it fits. Now, I want you to make 4 of these coasters with your own images. I'm going to check if there's no icons or whatsoever. You can choose any form you want. And yeah, when you're done, let me know so we can go over it together, make sure that all the settings are right, and then we'll cut it off. Okay, thank you for paying attention, and good luck.